Our reading today comes from Luke chapter 1, and it features a couple of references which I'd like to make clear to us. First of all, we'll start with Elizabeth, that's John's mum and cousin to Mary, the mother of Jesus. We'll also hear from Zechariah, not the Old Testament prophet, but somebody named after him, I suppose, a priest who is Elizabeth's husband and John's dad. When Zechariah speaks about the birth of his son, he will make reference to an ancient ancestor, an ancestor of Jesus and John, Abraham, to whom the original promise came that it would be through this people that the whole earth would be blessed. And also a reference to an ancient king, nowhere near as ancient as Abraham, but still quite a long time before, King David, to whom came the promise that out of his descendants the new king would arise. So you'll hear those two referred to by Zechariah. John's birth is included by Luke because I think that John will prove really important. His ministry will start before Jesus' ministry and will be something of a warm-up act from which Jesus' ministry will take over. Here it is from Luke chapter 1 at verses 57 and 58, then jumping down to verse 67 and on to the end of the chapter. When it was time for Elizabeth to have her baby, she gave birth to a son. Her neighbours and relatives heard that the Lord had shown her great mercy, and they shared her joy. His father, Zechariah, was filled with the Holy Spirit and prophesied, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, because he has come and has redeemed his people. He has raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he said through his holy prophets of long ago, salvation from our enemies and from the hand of all who hate us, to show mercy to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant, the oath he swore to our father Abraham, to rescue us from the hand of our enemies and to enable us to serve him without fear, in holiness and righteousness before him all our days. And you, my child, will be called a prophet of the Most High, for you will go on before the Lord to prepare the way for him, to give his people the knowledge of salvation through the forgiveness of their sins, because of the tender mercy of our God, by which the rising sun will come to us from heaven to shine on those living in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the path of peace." And the child grew and became strong in spirit, and he lived in the desert until he appeared publicly to Israel.